Things are moving quickly. I come home from work, go upstairs to see Jennifer, give her a hug, a kiss, on the lips, the eye, and the eye. And she's just like, my family's coming next Friday, or will be here the following Tuesday. I think her sister and brother-in-law came on Tuesday, and her aunts and uncles came the next week to start the process of packing up the house. Me and Vincent, the buff baby, carried all the heavy shit, put it in there, organized it. Jen was barking orders, it's like, be careful with this, be careful with that. I remember saying, those are Kevin's records, be careful, they can't get too hot, they'll get warped. Quick funny Jen story, I bought Delight, they had that song, The Groove Is in the Heart, and I played it, not knowing that how much she loved that song, and she jumped in the room and she started dancing and shaking her shoulders, doing her Jen dance. Oh, I miss that dance. So packed everything up, all got it done as a team, Capos, Franklin's, Poindexter's, put it all down. Beautiful teamwork. Beautiful family. Teamwork family. So yeah, that was something. I called into work that day, I believe it was a Tuesday or Wednesday, to, pack everything up, get in the truck. And Jennifer came to my work maybe like a week before, and this is during the summertime, like dead summer in Vegas, hot as hell, devil's armpit. And Jennifer came to my work with her mom because the cancer treatment center was like down the road from my work. And my boss, let's call her Danielle, was there. And it's interesting when people go into healthcare, you go in healthcare, especially into like the patient care, because like you legit care about people, just like you like interacting with people, or at least you should. And you care about them on more than just a superficial level, like especially like in therapy. You want to see people get better. Like it makes you happy. It makes me happy. I don't know who hurt this girl or just whatever. She was a therapist for a couple of years, then she went into management, and the company I worked for, it was more of a puppy mill than like a therapy clinic. So it was always a numbers game, like why are cancellation rates so high, why are no-show rates so high, this and that, what's going on, we have bad reviews, blah, blah, blah. And she was there for whatever reason, and Jen texted me, was like, hey, I want to come up and visit you. And when she came up to the front door, my coworker Anna let me know, and like I quit, told my patient I'll be back for a bit, and I go to talk to her, and we talked, and it wasn't like the best news. She just came from a PET scan, and some more markers went up. And like I said, this is in the middle of summer in Vegas, like 100-some-odd degrees. And she had her little like beanie cap on, not because like she didn't want to show her bald head. It's just like, if she wasn't having like chemo sweats or getting like hot flashes, like she was just kind of cold. So she had her hat on and like a little cover up that would be like suitable for like, I'll say that maybe 60 degrees for normal people in Vegas, or maybe 50, I don't know. But the fact that she was covered up during one of the hottest times in Vegas. And like Jennifer steps in for a little bit, and my boss, let's call her Danielle, watched me step out. And so she saw Jennifer. And I was talking to her for a bit, and she was telling me the news, and just like at work, just have to process stuff real fast and go about the business. And Danielle like kind of, I don't want to say she turned around the corner, but like she looked at me, and she like looked at me, and I looked at her, and just like, fuck off. And she's like, hey, Kevin, your patients need you. And I just walked with Jennifer into the hallway, and we continued to talk, and I went in. Then I worked with my patient. Then later on, during like a little like downtime, my boss asked me, it's like, if everything was okay. I'm just like, things have not been okay for a long time. I didn't get into it. I didn't tell her. She's actually the only person at work I didn't tell, because she's such a frowny, crow-faced, just fucking bitch. And I just imagined myself just going off on her, because like I was constantly scared, like I was on edge, just anxious all the fucking time. Just like constantly during that period. So when I called in the sick, where I texted her saying, hey, I'm not gonna make it today, my girlfriend's having some health issues today. She was like, okay, blah, blah. And later that day, she told me I couldn't use my sick time because that's reserved for people's spouses. I'm just like, who gives a shit? Like, you know my girlfriend's not in good health. Like, anyone in healthcare that's been around people, you can look at someone and see that they're not their best self, especially if they're in some kind of like cancer treatment. Like, it does not take rocket science. It's like, I blew my mind to try. Like, ever since then, I was just like, fuck you, fuck this job, eat a bag of dicks. Oh, God. So, called in sick, packed everything up, packed up some stuff in her car that her aunts were driving to Louisiana. Then there's some stuff we had to leave in there that she decided not to take, and it was like, hey, just sell it, make some money, like stuff we just downsized that we just didn't really need. And during this time period, because like it was fast from the time like packing up, she had a break in between treatment. Her and mom flew to New Orleans. Her sister and brother-in-law drove the truck, and her aunts drove her car. And like during this, like it was a tight space, real tight space, because like she only had so many days off of treatment, then she had to be back on treatment, so like just things had to move. And I was just like, baby, like, did you tell Tracy? Did you tell your friends? And she's like, no, not yet. And I hounded her for days, which looking back, I feel like kind of like an asshole, because like, I don't say like I forced her to do something, but just like I badgered her, like have you just like I want her to leave without saying goodbye to her friends. So she finally like called Tracy. I remember when she got off the phone with Tracy, like she was crying, she was upset, and throughout our whole relationship, like when I'll do something like funny, asshole-ish, she's like, Kevin, you're a jerk. But this time she called me a jerk and it hurt. She's like, Kevin, you're a jerk. And I was like, what did I do? But, I know she didn't mean it. Like, we talked about it later. I know I was there when Tracy, John, Greg, Will, Michelle, and Michelle's newborn baby came over. Like fast forward like months in the future, like after Jim passed, like her mom was going through some of her stuff and found like a little like medical paper, and it said it's stage 4 terminal breast cancer. So like I'm pretty sure Jen knew she was on borrowed time. And treatment wasn't working for the long haul. But her friends came. Oh, her Vegas family is their best. Like, I wish everyone in life could have a set of friends like they were for her. I mean, all of them. All of them. You know, they just drop whatever they were doing, came out, even if they're busy, even if they had shit like going on. It was just like, oh, it wasn't like, oh, I'm trying to make time, or, oh, this day's not good for me. Like, dude, that's fucking came over. Just like, it's like, whatever they doing was like not important. Just came over. And they hung out, we all talked. And like, you know, since that chemo treatment was so advanced, or so harsh, you know, like she would get tired easily. But, you know, she pushed through, hang out, and Michelle got a new Gold Wing Tesla. So, you know, they went for a drive with that. And she's like, oh, Kevin, like, I love this car. We should get one of those. I'm like, well, one of us is going to have to win the lottery because healthcare don't pay like that. Oof. Call to action. I know I spoke about this before, but like if you're helping someone out through treatment, the good days, bad days, everything in between, you will have to take control a bit, but find a way to take control without them feel like you have like absolute power and you're doing everything for them, because their life is just in like channels. They don't have control of anything. They don't have control of their body. They don't have control of their energy. They're forced to take pills. They're probably not working, and any sense of them that makes them them, they can't do. So, you know, still wear your helper's hat, but just be more discreet with your helping and what you're doing. Funny Jen story of the video. So on most of the times we slept in separate beds because she had a hard time getting comfortable. But on the nights that she did feel good, we slept together. And you know, we had a queen size mattress, and I think most people in a relationship could relate. I'm 6'2", I'm this wide as you can see. I got this much of the damn bed, this much. And Jen be like sleeping this way or whatever. And, you know, falling asleep and like just laying there. And she's like, Kevin, I'm having chemo flash, hot flash. And I'm like halfway asleep, I'm like, what? And she rolled over and she chemo sweat motorboated me. It's gonna be a trending hashtag, you believe it.